Hi, everybody. Christy Giannoni back in week 6 for MPA 580 Legal and Ethical Issues with Dr. Curtis. This week, we're taking a look at requesting some information from a government agency. This is something I am familiar with. I work for a small government agency, and so we do receive various requests for public information or PRRs. One thing to keep in mind that we often have to tell the public or the individual making the request is government agencies are not obligated to create new documents. So these requests should be for information that are already available. Sometimes that means that you may get it in a format that you're not exactly looking for. A lot of times people will send us Excel spreadsheets and be like, I would like all of this information exactly like this. So that does cause an undue burden and hardship on staff, especially for small cities, counties. So that is something to keep in mind when you're making a public records request. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so I can walk you through the process of the information that I will be requesting for today. So the first place that I started is the foia.gov. This is kind of a centralized area where you can look at requesting information from various public agencies. And so I really like how they did their website. There's a lot of information on here, frequently asked questions, what information you can get, how to navigate to the right public agency for that information that you're looking to request. And it kind of walks you through average timelines, costs for comprehensive files. And so this is a really great way to find this information. I think it's very user friendly. So I'm going to go ahead and make a request. I'm going to click on this button right here. Then you're going to go ahead and start typing your agency in. So I am actually looking to request information from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, better known as the FBI. I actually recently found out that you could request from the FBI to see if they have a file on you. It was a viral video on TikTok for anyone who's on there, and it was very interesting that this kind of aligned with the timing of this course. So I'm going to go ahead and click on here. I kind of like that this was the prompt that I got. This is one of the government agencies that does not have their information or their transparent information linked directly to this website. So you do have to go to their website. But this page does still provide quite a bit of relevant and important information. It gives the information on what the agency is, so you can ensure that you're getting the right requested information from the right spot. And it kind of gives you that average, again, working time for simple requests or more complex requests, and contact information in case you run into any issues. So I'm going to go ahead and click on submit online submission form to direct me to the correct website to get this information. Like most of us, we're experiencing some delays because of COVID, so it gives you that prompt. And then like most agencies, you can request to get this information in either paper or electronic format. So I'm going to go ahead and request electronic by clicking on this button and accept their terms. So once I do this, it is going to request that I put my email information in. I already did that and confirmed it, so I clicked on the link that was sent to my email. So this is the form itself. I'm not going to walk through and put my information in here because it is personal identifier information that it's requesting, but I will, once I get off of this Zoom recording, do so I can kind of see what the turnaround looks like and how the process is. But you can see from the screens over here what information it's asking for. So again, my individual information with my name. It's going to ask for my address, the subject, which is why I'm requesting this information. So I'm simply going to put that I'm requesting to see if there's any general file that links to my name and personal identifier information. Also talks about an agreement to payment should it be a comprehensive file. I'm not expecting it to be, so I'd be very curious if I got anything back. An option to expedite it, which is where the costs can come in, and then to review and submit. So very simple, which is as it should be, requesting information from a government agency. This is something that one of our early theorists like Leonard White talked about, that we should be transparent in everything that we do, because we're making decisions based off of our taxpayers, not only their voting of what they want the politicians and administrators to be doing in general, but also what their tax dollars are funding. And so I think that there is an obligation for us to make this information transparent, and there's an obligation for us to kind of have it readily available without someone having to make that request. There's nothing that we're doing that we shouldn't want to show the public. We should be utilizing our resources efficiently, and it does tie into this ethics that we're learning about. We want to make sure that we're doing things in a way that we wouldn't be scared for information to be requested. Another thing to keep in mind is federal agencies are required to disclose any information under the FOIA unless it falls under one of the 9 exemptions. So those exemptions protects interests such as personal privacy, national security, and law enforcement. So we can't be requesting things kind of on military is usually one of the ones that's protected. Law enforcement, working for a public agency that has law enforcement, we are kind of struggling and looking at getting a person who specializes in those record requests, especially as we get things like body-worn cameras. There's certain things that you cannot request on law enforcement employees, and so we want to make sure that we're checking those laws and regulations before we also provide information to the public. So it was a great exercise. I look forward to seeing what information you requested, and thank you for watching my video.